Sunrise Royal editor Rob Jobson joins us. Good morning to you. Jobbo, end of an era.
Yeah, I mean, when we talked yesterday with Koshi, it looked like something was afoot. There was a lot of movement going on. It certainly is the end of an era, but the Queen is dead. Long live the King. We have the monarchy. That's how it works, and he's going to be thrown straight into the work of the Constitution. He'll be coming down to London with his consort Camilla, where there'll be audiences and various gun salutes, but I think then the actual proclamation will take place on Saturday is when it's going to take place. He will have audiences with the Prime Minister. He'll be having audiences with other ministers, as well as being sworn in by the Privy Council. He'll also have to be having conversations and audiences with all the Prime Ministers of the realms, from Australia, New Zealand, Canada as well. So then he's going to be on a whistle-stop tour of the UK. So he's not really going to have an awful lot of time for mourning. There will be, I think, a statement that's put out tomorrow, a television statement that he'll read to the nation and to the Commonwealth tomorrow too.
Okay. Rob, just you used the term realms, which is something like out of Lord of the Rings, but that's sort of all the regional areas of the Commonwealth.
It's not like that, actually. No. It's just the terminology, because I know what you like. It's not a demeaning term, it really isn't.
No, I didn't mean it like that. It's something we've got to get our head around. Yeah. Look, you wrote the book on Charles just recently. You know him well. We loved an average Aussie walking along the Torrens in Adelaide who said, look, just give him a go. Is that the feeling within the Brits as well? Hey, we're saddened by the loss of Queen Elizabeth, but it's time to give Charles a go?
Well, I think it's just the way it is. I mean, the reality is it's exactly what happened when the last king died 70 years ago. The Queen had to, was thrown into the job. At least this time, the Prince of Wales is very prepared. I mean, we've had a sort of quasi dual monarchy for the last 5 years or so. Anyway, all the heavy lifting, I mean, I think one of the biggest telltale signs was his being there at the head of the Commonwealth meeting in Rwanda in the place of the Queen, or also being there for the state opening of Parliament because the Queen couldn't make it. There was a gradual decline in they talked about mobility, but it was her health, and I think that was after the death of the Duke of Edinburgh, because at the end of the day they were a team, the Queen and the Duke, and I think it must have been terribly painful to lose him for her, especially when she had to go through that funeral, under COVID regulations. It was just very strange for her, and I think that she did rally quite well. She got back on a horse in the time she went to Sandringham, spent some time in Wood Farm, where Prince Philip spent a lot of his final days. And went back to Balmoral, a place that they used to love going because they would have barbecues and picnics together. It's the place that Prince Philip proposed to her. So one thing I am pleased for is that she always used to love going to Balmoral, because she used to say, "Great, I've got 6 to 8 weeks now in one bed. I can stay here." And she was. And what I'm really pleased about, in a slightly sad, obviously, way, is that she was able to pass away in her own bed, really.
Yeah. Look, just briefly, Jobbo, you just mentioned the proclamation might be on Saturday. Exactly what does that mean?
Well, what has to happen is a whole series of formalities, but effectively, the moment the Queen passes, the Prince Charles, as he was, Prince of Wales, he is King Charles, and he will take the name King Charles III. That will be announced at the proclamation itself. You'll get that. I don't know if you can remember that there was footage, wasn't there, years, we've seen it in documentaries, of the old Edward VIII, when they were shouting out the window and the man with the trumpets, etc. So you're going to get a bit of the old nostalgia and the old tradition. But then there'll be the meeting of all the Privy Councillors, and that is the proclamation where the King is declared in front of the Privy Councillors, and they're politicians and other people, such as Camilla, who's a politician, that will be all in the room to so that they can effectively swear in the new king. But he is the king at this moment in time, and I say, this is the point. I'm with the Aussie that just said, let's give him a go. Let's give him more than a go. Let's get behind him, because it's a difficult time.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it sure is. And he's been waiting for many years. He's 73 years old. The Queen was 25 when she took the reign. Thank you very much, Jobbo. We'll talk to you soon.